Good morning, everybody. It's Robin with Roaming with Rover, and this is Friday, so this must be Finish It Friday. I hope everybody is doing well. We are still in the middle of a very cold snap here in Texas. A lot of folks are having severe problems with the weather. We got the cold and a tiny little bit of snow where I am. Currently, we are north of Pecos. And I do know people even south of Pecos got 2 or 3 inches of snow. We got what up in the north we would call a skiff, maybe half an inch, but that might be a bit of a stretch. So we didn't get hit by the snow, but very cold, like 9 degrees type cold, which is pretty cold for us in this part of the country. So what are we going to talk about today? We've got Finish It Friday projects and a few work in progress and no finished objects. All of my projects right now are big, so there's not going to be much that gets finished real quick. Anyway, let's talk about Finish It Friday, the ongoing temperature blanket. As you can see, I did get a little work done on it this week, got some edging done. That's the black edging that I want to do. I'm liking it. It was a little bit stark. I thought at first it was a little bit stark. It really shows up well against the purplies, and there's a lot of purplies in this. There's a lot of purples, a lot. So I think that black is going to work really well up against those. Yeah, that's going to look great. That's going to look great. I'll be honest, I did not get a lot done, and knowing I had to do this today and show you guys kind of pushed me to do a little bit, but that's kind of what this is about. So I'm almost done with this one. Where's the end here? I had to add a little bit of black because this is February, and so I had to make it even with the 31 days. So I added a little bit of black to the end of it, and I've got that much to go to finish this one off. And then I have one other one that I finished. So I have 2 of the months finished with the edging. I was going to put a double crochet on the end of it, but it seemed too big by the time I had a double crochet on this one and double crochet on the other side. And then I'm going to, connect them together, and that'll add some. It was adding too much bulk to it, I thought. So I'm just doing a single crochet all the way around, and then that'll give me the single crochet on both sides, and then whatever I do in the middle. Might just whip stitch them together. I don't know. I don't want a lot of black in there. I don't want the focus to be on the border. Let me know what you guys think. Should I do a whole nother row around the single crochet that I've got done? I think that's just enough of the black. Let me know what you think on that. So I've got not quite 2 squares done, but it's pretty. I'm liking it. What I'm struggling with is this hook. I'm using the J hook, the same hook that I used to work these up, but I'm really having to cram it through these ends. See these ends on this? This is the corner to corner that I used, and the ends are quite bulky. So I'm thinking I might need to drop down a hook size to get it through there, because I'm really having to force my hook through some of these. Or maybe I just need to go in between them. I don't know. I have to play with that a little bit. But, so that's what's going on with my actual Finish It Friday project. I have almost 2 squares out of the 12. But what I did get done this week, I'm so happy. I'm so proud of myself. We'll set these aside. The sweater. Okay, so the reason that I haven't been working on any of the other projects is because I really want to get this sweater done for my grandson while it's still cold enough for him to wear. It will be cold for a couple of more months up in Washington, so that's okay. But look how it's coming along. Okay, that's the front. Front's all done. Back's all done. Back is all done. I'm really liking the way this turned out, you guys. I'm so proud of myself. Here is the waistband all done. Looks good. The neck is all done. Can you see the neck on there? So this is the neck in the front. Neck looks really good. That looked really good. And my first ever sleeve. Look at that, look at that. All the way down to the edging. I did the same edging on the sleeve that I did on the waistband. And it called for a single crochet all the way around. I did a half double. I wanted it to have a distinct edging on it, and it gave it just a tiny bit more length. It's the only thing I'm concerned about because I can't try this on him. So I keep measuring and comparing it to the measurements that I got sent, and hoping that this thing is gonna fit. I'm gonna be so sad if there's a problem. But you know, if I need to, after I send it to him, if I need to tear those sleeves out and make them a little longer, I will. So look at this, I did a sleeve. I've never done a sleeve before. I don't think. No, I've never done a sleeve before. And I'm just really pleased with how it's turning out. Again, this is a bag-a-day pattern. It's the men's cabled crochet sweater, I think is all she calls it. See the cables? And everything about this has been easy. And of course, you know, her videos are just amazing to work with. She shows you everything step by step and doesn't assume you know how to do any of it. That's the one thing I have a problem with. Even on a lot of videos, they go, okay, now do this and this, and they just zip right through it. And they put their hands where they're putting the stitches, so you can't see exactly what they're doing. And maybe for people who are more confident, that's okay. But you know, if I'm looking at somebody's video and I have to rewind it 12 times to see what they're doing, that's the whole point of watching a video, so you can see what they're doing, and should be able to see it all at one time. But anyway, bag a day, excellent videos, excellent tutorials, and of course I will put a link down below. I don't have a link for the temperature blanket because I just made it up in my own little head. If you don't know how to do corner to corner, there's several videos out there that show you how to do it. It's quite easy. It's the trickiest part is when you're going on the downhill side. So when you go up, it's easy to just add. When you start decreasing, you have to remember that you're doing it opposite, and so you have to, that's the only thing I ever had problems with, was remembering to do my decrease on both sides. And it's easy to do, it's an easy process. I just had to remember to do it. Okay, so that's it on the temperature blanket. That's the update on temperature blanket. Almost 2 done, 10 more to go. Very likely, I mean, I don't know why I wouldn't have this finished this weekend. We are it shouldn't be too busy today. Tomorrow's gonna be really busy here. Saturday, Sunday will be very busy, and then it'll slow down a little bit again on Monday. Possibly I'll get this finished this weekend, possibly. If it does, I'll pop a picture up. I'm so pleased with this. You know, it's one of those things that I was always afraid to do, and the sleeves scared me. And I've done a couple of vests, and they've turned out just fine. Did a long vest for my granddaughter. Oh, it turned out so pretty. But the sleeves, I've seen, you know, sleeves can make, and necklines can make or break a project. But I guess the good teacher is all it took. The other thing I showed you last week, where's this little doohickey, this little guy, I haven't touched it, did not even lift it up, so it's still, so today week 4 will be dropped, and I still have not gone past week 1. I absolutely will. I'm still excited about this project, so I'll get it caught up. I'm not concerned that I won't. It's not so far behind that I can't do it. But again, I needed to focus on this sweater. And then of course I started another project, because why not? So one of the gals that I really enjoy watching, her name is Charmed Grammy, Grammy, Charmed Grammy Crochet. She did a crochet along a while back, and they started another one. The same lady started another one, And the lady who's doing the crochet along is called Nan's Next Knots. Nan's Next Knots. Again, I'll put that down below. And she's got an interesting premise. She does this crochet along, and what she does is you pick out 9 colors. You pick out a main color and then 8 sub colors, extra colors. Secondary colors, I guess would be the right term, secondary colors. So basically you pick out 9 colors, and again, I'm trying to still use up yarn from the temperature blanket, yarn from another family blanket that I made, just stuff where I've got 1 skein of this and 1 skein of that. And so I was able to pick out my colors. Pick out all my colors, and I'm using white as my main color because I have a whole sleeve. I've got like 6 of those, and white's easy to pick up anytime. And then these are the colors. I can't see really well. So yeah, you see a lot of the same colors that are in the temperature blanket, and I want to get those used up. So with the crochet along, she has a pattern that you can use, and it's a real basic pattern. It's a striped blanket you do, and then with your main color you do a stripe, and then every week you have these colors numbered, and so every week she pulls a number, and that's the color that you add for your next section. And again, she's doing a stripe pattern. So hers, let's say white, so hers would be white and pink, white and green, white and yellow, whatever, however it works out. So you don't have any idea. I mean, you've chosen your colors, but you don't have any idea how they're going to come together. And I thought, oh, I kind of like that idea, a little random. I'm not good at mixing colors anyway, so this way it's out of my control. So I picked all the colors that I'm already using, and a lot of these are colors that typically I would not put in any kind of a project anyway. And a lot of them I've got a partial skein, so what are you going to do with those? So this is a good scrap buster for me. So I didn't want to do a striped blanket. For one thing, it's getting too big and bulky. For another thing, and I haven't even showed you those yet, I have 2 other blankets. I have 3 other blankets that are striped blankets that are sitting over there. So I didn't want to do another striped blanket. And you don't have to. People do all kinds of things. So I went online and I found this blanket pattern. It's called the Hubby Hexagon. The Hubby Hexagon. And it's done by Winding Road Crochet. And she's got a free pattern on her website, on her blog, or it's a paid pattern on Ravelry for only $3.50. Often I will try them on the free pattern, make sure they're written well before I buy them. This does have a video with it, thankfully, and I have been watching the video a little bit. I've also adjusted some of it to make it a little easier for me. So the way it would work is each week I'm going to have 1 white section and 1 section of whatever color was drawn. And we did the first week already, so yesterday was the first week. So I did my white section. See, I like the way that's turning out, and this is small enough for me to be able to keep up. And then the first color chosen was this one, which happened to be number 4, and for me number 4 was cherry red. It's a little pinker than it's showing on the camera, but not too much. And then because I'm going to connect them all together, I decided to do the last row around this row of the hexagon. I'm going to do it in white on all of them because I know I'm going to have white as the connecting color, the color that pulls it all together. So far, week 1, I was able to keep up, get both of my squares, we're going to call it squares, both of my sections done. I have connected it together. I just used a simple whip stitch to connect it together, and I have woven in all my ends because I learned the hard way on that, to do your ends as you go. Man, I have spent the amount of days I have spent doing ends, and then I left a little tail before connecting the next one. Now I did see another video yesterday that showed how to connect these edges together as you go. But apparently you have to do that as you're crocheting it, and I had already finished this. So I'm gonna try and figure that out for next time. You like those colors? It's gonna be a wild mishmash of colors, which isn't something that I typically enjoy, but I think it's gonna be pretty because I like all the colors. It's, you know, it's a lot of these same colors that I didn't quite use up on that thing. And the other thing, I don't know, I haven't decided how I feel about it yet, but so now she picked this color for this week, and that number goes back in the hat. And it's funny, it's a literal hat she's pulling the colors out of. So that number goes back in the hat. So it, in theory, it could be that color again next time. So it's not going to just be one time on each of the colors and then go back. This goes on for 20 weeks, so I'll end up with 40 of these hexagons. So it'll be a nice size blankie, but not ginormous. And it's portable. So like when I go, I'm gonna go visit my daughter in a few weeks, and I can take the white and just get all my whites done. So just get those all done and off, and then when we're doing the weeks, I'd only have the colors to do. So what do you think? You like this idea? I'm really liking the white around. So tell me what you think about that too. Just tell me what you think in general. Think I'll be able to keep up? Yeah, we know me. And that's kind of it. That's kind of it for now. Super, super proud of this I keep calling it a blanket. It's been nice. I'll tell you what, it's been nice having this on my lap while I've been working on it. It's warm. It's very, very warm. But I should have this done this weekend, and that's my biggest accomplishment. I did go through and make up a schedule of working on, because, you know, now I've got this going, and I've got that going, I've got that going, and trust me, I've got a couple other projects going on that you guys haven't even seen yet. So I went through the other day and made up a schedule, put it on my calendar of when I'm working on which projects. Once I get past this, I have no deadlines, and that's what I was trying to get to, was no deadlines for anything, and then I can just work on these things at a pace where it's reasonable for me to actually get them done. And of course, I wasn't supposed to start any new projects, just like all the other things I wasn't supposed to do. And that's really it. Like I said, we've got a fairly busy week coming up, so I don't know how much crocheting I'll get to do, but I'm gonna get, I want to say, all day yesterday. I probably got this much done yesterday, and it probably took me 2 days of work to get this much done, because I had to figure out what I was doing. And I wrote all the instructions down, row by row, wrote all the instructions down on here. You can't see my scribble. My chicken scratch. One of my best friends tells me I have the handwriting of a serial killer. And I always want to know how she knows what a serial killer's handwriting looks like, but she swears by it. And she's right. I have terrible. My handwriting is so bad that there's times when I want to send somebody a note or a card, and I've ended up not doing it because my handwriting is so bad. I'm embarrassed for people to see how poor my handwriting is. And back in the day when I worked in an office, I would just tippy tap something up on the computer, print it out, sign it, enclose it in a card, and send it off. But I don't have that ability anymore. But that's really a thing for me, and I know it's silly, and I know people just appreciate the card and the thoughtfulness, but it's really holds me back because my handwriting is so bad. Way to go, Kimber. You've created yet another problem in my life. Not true. You know I love you. Okay, guys. I want to say a special thank you to all my new subscribers. I've had so many new subscribers in the last few weeks, and it just, every time I see a new name pop up, it just warms my heart. You guys have no idea how much that means to us. And I want to give another special thank you to all my peeps who've been following me for such a long time. This has been a real rocky road to get to where we are right now. Lots of ups and lots of downs. And a lot of you guys have stuck with me from the very, very beginning, and I so appreciate it. So please like, please subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything, and it helps us tremendously. Click that little bell so you get the notifications when my new videos come up. And please, please leave some little comment down below. It doesn't have to be a lot, just a couple words or a little smiley face. So, hey, it's February. Let's leave a little heart down there. I love hearts, as you guys know. Hearts are my thing. Hearts and polar bears, that's my thing. So, like, comment, subscribe. Know how much I appreciate each and every one of you. And I do my best to watch all of your guys' videos as well. I will always do that with anybody who subscribes to me. I'm going to leave it right there. I've probably forgotten something, but we're just going to go with that. So, we'll talk to you guys later. I'm dropping videos every Tuesday and every Friday, as long as nothing catastrophic comes up. And then just sprinkling it with a few videos in between as something arises. We'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye. Stay safe.